Hi everyone, it's 1:50 p.m. this afternoon, and the weather is quite cool, calm. I have to find the safe space. I mean, it's very important, sacrosanct. When you're on site, you just have to stay away from hazard, all kinds of hazard. I have to find a safe and quiet space to do this video. So I'm reaching out to young graduates, fresh graduates at that, engineers who are fresh graduates, and that's my, intention this afternoon. I'm reaching out to them, and I hope this information gets to them one way or the other. You know, there are lots of fresh graduates who are confused or indecisive about the trajectory or the curve, how their career curve should go. They don't want to make the wrong decisions, and they are still so indecisive. They don't know where to, opt for, which or which not to opt for. So after identifying your strengths as an engineer, whatever field of engineering, I am an electrical engineer, so I'll dwell more on electrical related stuffs. So what am I talking about in essence? You see some electrical graduates, engineering graduates who are still confused about the fact that which do I opt for? There are so many options in electrical, but let's just go for the power option under construction, under automation, under electrical, low voltage, high voltage, wiring design and stuff, building services design and all to start with. So they kind of have this feeling that which is best for them to opt for first. Should they opt for being a consultant or go into construction and be a contractor? For me, I feel like as an engineer, you are trained as an engineer to understand how to design, how to create a concept that would end up, becoming a reality. You're trained to learn how to design and how to make something abstract become a reality. Then you learn about coordination, supervising, all other skills, are added together as an engineer. And that's going to make you an excellent engineer. Trust me, engineering is not just about technical know-how. It's not just about that. It's about technical know-how, managerial skill, leadership skill, sales skill. Because trust me, when you have something and you want to make it valuable, you must be able to push it out to the right people. And that's where your sales skill or your marketing skill comes in. So it's something that is very broad, and you must be flexible as an engineer in order to be really, really efficient and be known to be excellence in whatever field of engineering you are opting for or you are already in. So what exactly am I saying? That as an engineer, you are being trained to design, you are equipped with that skill that will enable you to design, the technical know-how to design and all of that. So I feel like starting in a consultancy firm will enable you to do this thing, design properly and all, understand the basics behind design, the standards, the codes, all of that. You'll be able to understand it, in order to be a good design engineer. Thereafter, you go into being a contractor. When you go into being a contractor, then you probably find answers to the questions that were not very clear, or some things that was looking cloudy to you as a design engineer. Then what do? You can identify issues on sites that will enable you to infuse it into your design. And in the process of infusing these challenges into your design, in the process of infusing the solution to these foreseen challenges into your design, will enable you to avert this problem on time. What am I trying to say in essence? There are some installation patterns. When you see a design and you are saying, okay, put this here, and on site it's not going to work, then you find an alternative. You're already equipped with that knowledge that, then I should do better with my design. I think my design strategy should be more explicit. It should be more detailed. Then you'll be able to, provide a detailed design that will enable anyone, even a technician, to look at your design and understand straight up what does this mean. Recently I saw a mechanical design where there's a countertop with two wash hand basins, and the design was showing Y kind of plumbing work, Y branch for this, Y branch for this. Then the plumber was like, why would you have two Y branch for each? Why would you have each wash hand basin having its own Y branch when you can just connect the waste of the two wash hand basins, then connect it out? Like, so I simply just told the plumber, I don't know, plumbing is not my field, but then based on the little knowledge I know about plumbing, I simply just told the plumber that, see, this is just telling you that, okay, there are two wash hand basins here. However, anyhow you intend to install or connect the pipes, the waste pipe on site, is your business. The most important thing that we care about, all I care about, is functionality. So far there's no blockage, the wastewater is going freely and all of that. However you intend to install it, functionality, durability, and doing the right thing is what matters for me. So imagine that design engineer, is on site and able to see exactly how installation is done on site. Then that mechanical engineer or design mechanical engineer can know better to give a better description on the drawing. So basically, what being a contractor equips you with is the ability to review designs. When you see a design and you're asked to review and update it, you update it properly, because you can see some problems on site already, and you can suggest that, okay, this is a better way of installing on site. So you can give a detailed design drawing. You can actually sketch via your AutoCAD, whatever software you are using, to give a better description that, okay, let's do it this way. This one, better descriptions, like, okay, for this installation, 2-inch pipes should be used. For instance, this 2-inch pipe is not just used by plumbers alone. Normally, conduit pipes comes in 20-25 mm for electrical works, for the piping, where we use 25 mm for extra low voltage wiring, and we use 20 mm for just lighting and sockets. But there are some cases where you would still use 50 mm pipe. That is 2-inch pipe. For probably where you want to put your TV points and all, IT stuffs and all, then you want to put adaptable boxes, and let me not give you the info, it's too much details. But what am I saying in essence? Your exposure to sites would enable you to give a better description on your design. And mind you, clients should be willing to pay more for design. When you pay more, when you pay well for design, you will get detailed design. Trust me, there are design engineers that will give you exactly what you need to install on site, the way it should be. But please be willing to pay, encourage us. So as a design engineer and a contractor, I can tell you for free that when you start as a design engineer and you move into being a contractor, it enables you to even get better at designing. The ability to be better at designing depends on your exposure and your level of experience, and the problems you faced on site and the solution that you've been able to implement successfully on site and has given you results. So that would enable you to be better at designing. So for me, I feel like, well, whichever way you go, even if you're a contractor, as a new engineer, a fresh graduate, please equip yourself with the ability to design as well. That's what stands you out as an engineer. You cannot just be saying, I can do this, I can do that on site. Do you know how to design? Can you actually design? Well, I can do both now, so I won't ask you to break the bank, but then I'm just saying, I was just led to do this today, and well, probably you'll be seeing more of this. Bye.